What's up guys, and welcome back to Software and Hardware Solutions, and today we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone 2 Season 5 and its latest updates. Now Call of Duty has done an update that was about 8 gig big, and then also like small patch notes that's 400 megs and stuff like that. Now don't worry about that, I got you guys covered. All you need to do is follow my guidelines and you should be good to go. Alright, let's jump straight into the first steps. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the first thing I highly recommend you go ahead and do is download these two programs over here and just get them onto your machine. If you haven't done that already, please go ahead and do that. This is the most important one out there, which is Open Hardware Monitor. It's a free to use software, and I highly recommend you go ahead and download it. I'll leave a link in the description down below for both these programs, which is Open Hardware Monitor and MSI Afterburner. Now, a lot of people has left me comments down below saying, yo dude, my CPU or my case or my GPU or just in general my PC is heating up a lot. Now, when your PC heats up, you get stuff like thermal throttling and you're going to lose FPS. That plays a very big role inside Call of Duty and in every single game you're going to be playing. So I highly recommend you go ahead and download both these programs, and they'll be in a link in the description down below. I will go more in depth with how to use these programs, but it's quite easy to do. As you can see, I have a CPU cooler over here, and I have it at 80%. You can manually control it by right-clicking on it, and then go to Controls, go to Manual, and select what you want your CPU to be on. Alright? It's very easy to do, very simple to do. Now I have my case fans, I right click and I just go to Control, go to Manual, and then I set it to what I want it to be when I'm gaming. When I don't game anymore, I go normally to 35 or I go to 50. On my CPU cooler, I would go to 35 or 50 as well. Now, like I said, I highly recommend you go ahead and download both these programs. I'm not going to go in depth with the overclocking with the MSI Afterburner, but you can do a lot with this program. I'm going to make a dedicated video to my members only on how to do proper overclocking with your GPU, and you can get 30 to 40 to 50 increase in your FPS by just using this program. But something I want to mention for the people out there that's watching this video right now is your fan speed. It plays a very big role in this game as well. You do not want your GPU to thermal throttle, so go ahead and put the fan curve yourself manually, select it what it to be on, right? I have mine at 90, and this is how I run all my games. When I go sit down and play games, I have mine at 90%, and I highly recommend you go ahead and do it as well. You can have yours at 80 or even 100, whatever the case might be. I do recommend 90, and that's how you hit it with AMD or with Nvidia graphics cards, because you can still use this with AMD's graphics card, but you can't do overclocking with this program because this is meant for Nvidia graphics cards out there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump straight into the next step. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the next step I highly recommend you go ahead and do is this over here. You're going to click on the start button, go to settings, and you're going to come inside here where it says Windows settings, or you can just go to the search bar and type in Windows settings. You're going to come inside here and go to update and security. Please make sure that your Windows is up to date. Now the reason why I haven't downloaded this yet is to actually show you if you have this on your machine like this, which is very critical for your machine to have, go ahead and download and install this. It might ask you to restart your machine. Please go ahead and do that. Another thing you're going to need to do is check for updates. Please go ahead and check for updates. As much as Call of Duty is updating, your machine also needs to stay up to date. Now, I highly recommend you go ahead and do this. Please, for the love of fuck, go update your Windows drivers. It plays a very big role on your games itself, not just Warzone. Right, from here you're going to click on home. Right, from here you're going to click on gaming, and you're going to go to game mode and make sure that your game mode is turned on. I highly recommend you turn this on right now for season 5. If you haven't done this already, please go ahead and do this. It helps with stuttering, and it helps with a lot of things inside the game to make the game run smoother and a little bit better. From here you're going to click on graphics settings, and you're going to come inside here where it says hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. Please go ahead and turn this off. Now for people out there that is running this on and they prefer it on, there's a lot of people that say that they run this on and it runs perfectly fine. Please do note, when you turn this on while it's off, it's going to ask you to restart your computer. Please just watch my entire video before you go ahead and restart your machine, because there's a lot of things I want to go over before we jump into Call of Duty settings, and I don't want to make this video too long. I want to make it short, sweet, and simple, and all you need to do is follow my guidelines, and you should be good to go like I said. And if this worked for you, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new here, and it means a lot to me. There's a thanks button under my video, literally next to the 3 dots. If you don't see the thanks button, there's 3 dots. Click on it, and it will have a little heart that says thanks. Leave a comment, and you can do a donate to my YouTube channel, and it would mean a lot to me. I would appreciate it a fuck ton. I really do. Alright, from here you're going to click on the home button, and you're going to go to privacy, and you scroll all the way down to where you see it says background apps. Now right now at this very moment I am running Windows 10, and I'm only going to be moving over to Windows 11 once I'm forced to move over to Windows 11. Once Windows 10 has no more updates and no more security and stuff like that, then I'll move over to Windows 11. I don't favor Windows 11, and most of my subscribers know this, most of my members know this, Most of my social media people know that I don't like Windows 11. It's an unoptimized Windows, and it doesn't run well with an unoptimized game like Warzone or Modern Warfare 2. Alright, so something I would recommend is turn this from on to off. If you are a Windows 10 user like me, scroll down and make sure that everything's turned off. You might have more things inside here or less things inside here. What it's going to do is it's going to run things in the background while it's on, and it's going to use your CPU, your RAM, and your GPU. It will use VRAM usage without you knowing it, and this is how you turn it off, right? If you are a Windows 11 user, you're going to individually turn these things off by disabling them. I'm not going to show you how to do that. I'm not going to spoon feed you even more, and it's going to make the video way longer. Just Google how to do that. Alright, let's jump straight into the next step. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the next step that plays a very, 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 very big role on your machine itself is to keep your GPU drivers up to date. It doesn't matter if you're an Nvidia user or a AMD user. You're going to go to drivers if you're using Nvidia GeForce Experience, and you're going to make sure that you're on 537.13, and then go choose check for updates. If you have this driver, you are good to go. It is the latest driver for Nvidia graphics cards out there right now. If you're an AMD user, make sure you're on the latest drivers. Now, yes, I know a lot of people do prefer to roll back their drivers to an older version, and it gives them more FPS. If you're one of those unlucky people, please go ahead and find out which driver runs the best for you, because a lot of people do say in my comments down below, yo dude, if I roll back a little bit to like the previous version or the one before that, I get more FPS. If you want to try that out, it's your own personal preference, but right now with me and my latest drivers update, I run my game at 537.13. It's the latest driver, and it runs perfectly fine with the latest season, the latest patch notes, and the latest updates. All you need to do is update your GPU drivers. As much as you're updating your Windows and everything else, you need to keep your graphics card drivers up to date. Alright, let's jump straight into the next step. Alright, so let me talk about what you need to do inside here, and it plays the most important role with your gaming experience, okay? What you change here is what's going to happen with your games in general, not just Warzone, every single game you're going to be playing. You're going to click on use the advanced 3D image settings, and you're going to click on take me there, which is basically just going to take you to this one over here. Now, the reason why I use global settings is because I don't prefer going to programs and then only doing it for Warzone. The reason why I use global settings is because I do it then for every single game, and it's going to apply for every single game that I'm playing. And it applies it in a good way, not in a bad way. Trust me, every single game you are going to be playing right now, not just Warzone, is going to run better overall. And if you disagree with me, you can leave a comment saying that this didn't work for other games. You can agree with me by leaving a comment saying this did work for my other games as well. I would really appreciate the feedback. The more feedback I get, I would really appreciate it. All you're going to need to do is copy every single setting inside here exactly as is. Please go ahead and do that. Please go ahead and do that. Copy everything I have inside here. I don't want to go over every single thing one by one and tell you what it does. Otherwise, this video is going to end up being like 40-50 minutes long, and I don't want my viewers to watch an entire movie on how to do settings guides for fucking Call of Duty. Alright? So all you're going to need to do is copy my settings as is, and you should be good to go. And something I want to point out is this over here. It plays a very big role in the game itself. It's low latency mode. You're going to click on this. Alright? If you only have the Ultra option, click on Ultra and select it. Okay? If you don't have Ultra only and you have on, please go ahead and turn it on. Then from here, you're going to click on apply, and it's going to apply every single setting for you. Don't worry if your screen flashes a couple of times. Don't worry about it. It's just applying the settings for you. From here, you're going to go to config, surround, and physics, and make sure you have your dedicated GPU selected. Now, yet again, when I went to my friends and they did a restart or a reset of Windows, because people are rolling back now to Windows 10, because Windows 10 is just overall better in the gameplay experience than Windows 11, and I know a lot of people are going to leave a comment down below saying, no, Windows 11 is so much better. Well, I don't give a fuck, okay? I've been in this industry for a very long time, and Windows 11 sucks ass, okay? It really does. I don't know what people are thinking, because Windows 11 looks like Mac, and just in general, Windows 11 is giving you less performance than what Windows 10 would do, okay? It took Windows 10 about 5 to 6 years to get it to where it needs to be. So now imagine how long it's going to take Windows 11 to get where it needs to be. That's why I don't move over to Windows 11. Anyways, I'm not going to have a Windows 10 and Windows 11 fucking competition. That's not why I'm here. So if you have Windows 11, that's on you. If you have Windows 10, that's on you. your operating system, your personal preference. You're going to come inside here, you're going to click on your dedicated GPU, and you're going to click apply if you haven't done this already. When I see my friends' machines and they restart Windows and stuff like that, it goes to auto select. Do not have this at auto select. Do not have this at CPU. You're going to have this at your dedicated graphics card and say apply. From here, you're going to go to adjust desktop color settings, and you're going to come inside here. All right. Now, I've seen a lot of people out there that's making YouTube videos for FPS boost guides for Call of Duty. And I'm going to make an example for you. That people are stealing my videos. And it's actually quite sad to see that people are stealing my settings. It's actually quite sad. Ever since I've been doing these videos about a year and a couple of months ago, I've been doing this setting here. Now people have realized that this works, and now they're stealing it. And I'm going to make an example for you just by moving this over, because a lot of people are going to wonder, yo dude, why is that open? And why is that open? Why is these things open? Why? I have a lot of viewers that takes detail in my videos, and they would ask me like, why is this open and stuff like that? So come and show you why. I'm just going to move this around the screen. As you can see here, WebZ is actually stealing my settings right here. Okay? And he'll actually show you in the video of how he moves the digital vibrance and how it makes the screen black and white and stuff like that. And he's only doing it now. I'm only realizing this now because my friends have sent me links of showing me, yo dude, people are stealing your settings. They're literally stealing everything that you are doing. They are stealing to the T. Now, I'm going to go over, like, for instance, this here. So as you can see here, he is literally stealing my settings, okay? So color filter 2, both 100%, 100%, and then obviously this is your own personal preference. Yet again, that is stock settings. I don't use stock settings. Stock settings is dog shit. And I'm going to show you what you're going to need to do inside here once I get into the game. But people are physically stealing my settings because they realize that it's the best settings you can use. Now, I'm not hating on WebZ, and I'm not hating on this dude either, because this dude is also stealing my shit. And it's quite irritating to see that people are stealing my shit, and it's actually quite sad to see that you actually didn't even reach 1,000 likes in 28,000 views. So you are doing something wrong. This dude has got 56,000 views 3 weeks ago and 1k likes. Go look at my videos, my previous videos. Go look at my video uploaded 3 weeks ago, and you go check my likes. Go check my comments. I know what I'm doing. And now people are stealing my shit on top of it. It's quite sad. It's literally sad to see that people are stealing my shit. And as you can see, I'm in incognito mode. I don't log into my account and go view these people's profiles. I'm not going to support people that's stealing my shit. Right? So let's go out of this. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is how I did it from the start, since I've been doing YouTube. When you do this for gaming, you're going to have your contrast at 65. It's the best you can use right now is at 65. For any monitor out there, any screen, laptop display, gaming screens, normal screens, TVs, and there's settings inside this game that I recommended to people that they are recommending to people right now, which is incorrect because I run on a TV and that's why I have that setting. You are not supposed to be having that setting if you are running a TV. I'm running a 4K 55-inch ultra-wide curved smart Samsung TV, and it's a gaming TV. Okay, so let's go over this, and I'm going to show you what they, and you can go watch the videos if you want to. They have a setting that they set because they're copying my settings as is, and it's like I said, it's sad, but maybe I'm inspiring people. Maybe they have a different audience. I don't know. Maybe those people haven't seen my videos, whatever the case might be. But let's not deep dive down the rabbit hole here. All right. So the contrast 65, perfect for every single screen out there. Digital vibrance is going to make your screen black and white. Obviously, as you can see, it makes the screen black and white. Okay. Now I have mine at 95. And this has always been my sweet spot. You can go to all my old videos, literally, go months back and check that I go over this setting every single time. The reason why I do that is because I get new viewers every single time that I upload a video. So, if you haven't done this already, 95 is my sweet spot for my specific screen. Now, something I want to mention is, if you have very bad eyesight, do not upscale this too much, okay? You're going to downscale it to about like 70 should be fine, or even 75 should be okay for your eyes. If you've got very bad eyesight or you're wearing glasses, I don't recommend pushing this to 95. 95 is my sweet spot. I don't wear glasses and I've got really good vision. If you've got good vision and you are good to go, then use 95 as a digital vibrance upscaling. Please go ahead and do this because it's going to make your games pop a fuck ton. And it doesn't just do it for Call of Duty, it does it for every single game you are going to be playing, because this is applying for global, and it's also applying your Nvidia control panel settings for every single game you're going to be playing. Now from here, you're going to click apply and make sure that you apply these settings, and then ladies and gentlemen, let's jump straight into the game. Let me show you the best settings you can use for what type of machine you are running right now. Let's jump straight into it. Alright ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm in my game right now. I'm doing about 140 FPS basically, and I'm also recording right now, so it is eating a little bit of VRAM of my graphics card, and it is also decreasing my FPS because I am recording with OBS right now. So you will be doing more FPS if you don't use OBS and you just play the game and just follow my settings, and you should be good to go. Now the reason why I'm hovering over display gamma is those two people that was uploading. Look, I'm not gonna like say that these people are like, you know, dicks and they're stealing my shit and they should jump into a sewer. But anyways, number one, display gamma. As you can see, I use 2.4. There's a reason why I use 2.4. And the reason is because I'm playing on a fucking TV. That's why I use 2.4. And on the right hand side, you can actually read, open your eyes. That's all you need to do. Open your eyes. Look on the right hand side and read what these two options do. Now they are recommending for everyone out there, everyone, to put this at 2.4. Okay? No, that is incorrect. If you're running a TV like me, then it's perfectly fine to run on 2.4. But if you're running a gaming display or a laptop display, 2.2 is what you're going to be using for your screen. This is meant for TVs. That's why I have this at 2.4. And yeah, like I said, the people are stealing my videos, and it's actually quite sad. Anyways, so stuff I'm going to go over is very important for you to do, and you need to do these things, okay? These things I'm going to come over and do them just now, but the very first thing we're going to need to do is quality. You're going to come inside here, and you're going to come to the upscaling and sharpening. Right now, at this very moment, I'm using the Intel upscaling with ultra quality with my specific rig and 90% on the VRAM, and I highly recommend if you have a high-end machine to use this. I don't have a high-end machine, and I still use this. If you are new here, I'm running a 9700K, an RTX 2060, and 16 gigs of RAM. My CPU's been overclocked, my GPU's been overclocked, and my RAM timings has been changed, and XMP is enabled. So I do more megahertz on my RAM, and my RAM scaling and timings are shortened. So that's why I do this amount of FPS. A lot of people ask me, yo dude, how are you even getting that FPS with that specific rig? I've got a way better machine than you, and I'm not getting that FPS. Now it's all about tweaking, it's all about what you do with your machine. Now, Intel is what I prefer. Not a lot of people prefer this, but this is what I prefer with my specific rig. It runs this game perfectly fine, and it makes the game run really, really good, and also look good at the same time. Okay, from here, we're going to go over the upscalings. Nvidia DLSS, a lot of people are using. A lot of people are taking advantage of this because it gives you more FPS inside this game. Yes, it does. Now, something that plays a very big role before I go over every single upscaling inside here for what type of machine you are running, there's a very important role you need to do once you change these settings. Please listen to me, follow my settings to the T. Do not skip. Please do not skip my video. You're gonna miss out important things, and then you're gonna be like, yo, this didn't work. It's because you are not watching my entire fucking video. Please watch and listen, okay? I know what I'm doing. All you need to do is follow my steps, okay? Now, for Nvidia DLSS users, people that is using this option over here, I just want to mention this. If you're standing dead still, there's no blur on the left and right hand side of your screen. But if you start moving, there's blur on the left and right hand side of your screen. And obviously, in this game, you're, for fuck's sakes, not going to stand still while playing this game. You're not going to go into a game and just stand still. You're obviously going to be moving. So it blurs the screen on the right and left hand side. Now, for people out there that's using the Nvidia DLSS, I would recommend that you put this at quality, because then the blur slightly goes away. There's still blur, but not as much. You might get a performance dip in your game, like a little bit of FPS, maybe 5. If you really care about that FPS, and you're an FPS hogger, you want the best FPS, then I would go with balance. Do not go with performance, do not go with ultra performance on the Nvidia DLSS. It makes the blur even worse, and it's going to make the game look even worse, okay? If you are running Nvidia DLSS. DLSS. Now, if you're running Nvidia DLSS, I would recommend that you put this at 90%. Please go ahead and do that because you got an Nvidia card, and that's why you're using Nvidia DLSS. And it might not just be the best card, but I would recommend that you use all the VRAM that you can, especially if you have 6 gigs and more. If you've got less than 6 gig, what you're going to need to do inside here is drop this down to about 60. You can even drop this down all the way to 50 and press enter and then have this like this. There is something you need to do to apply all of these settings just by changing them like this and saying apply and go play the game. It's not going to do jack shit. It's not going to apply the settings, and a lot of people don't mention that. Okay, so this is why I'm going to mention it. All you need to do is to listen to me. Alright, okay, so let's go over this. Nvidia DLAA, I always skip over it because it's a shit upscaling and I don't recommend it for no one. Not AMD and not Nvidia. Nvidia image scaling, a lot of people do prefer this, and I would recommend this as well if you want to use this upscaling. It is a very amazing upscaling for a lot of cards. The 1650, the 1660, the 1660 Super, the 1660 Ti, and the cards above that, okay? You're going to go with a Nvidia image scaling, ultra quality, and your sharpness is your own personal preference. I have mine at 5, so the game isn't as sharp, but everyone has their own personal preference. I can't tell you what to do here, so you are going to choose what sharpness you want inside here, and you can literally just type it and then just press enter. Okay, now let's go over the next one, which is AMD FSR. Now, something I want to mention, which a lot of people don't understand, is this. It says AMD FSR 1.0, okay, and then AMD FSR 2.1. Now, AMD FSR 1.0, if you want to use this upscaling, go ahead and use it. It doesn't matter if you're running an Nvidia card or an AMD graphics card. Just because it says AMD does not mean you need to have an AMD graphics card. You can use an Nvidia graphics card. If it's a lower end Nvidia graphics card, please go ahead and use this. It makes the game look perfectly fine, crystal clear, and you're going to go to quality. Please go to the quality preset. Do not use ultra quality. You're going to lose performance. Don't go to balance. The game looks like dog shit. Don't go to performance. The game looks like you want to throw your PC out your window. Please don't use this. You're going to go to quality, and that's where you're going to have it at. If you are going to use 2.1, what you're going to need to do is put this at quality, and then yes, it's going to override these two things over here. If you want to use AMD FSR, make sure this is at 50%, and then what you're going to do is you're going to change this to for both of these over here. So AMD FSR 1.0 and AMD FSR 2.1. You're going to have this at low, not normal. And don't worry, your game's not going to look like this at low. It's still going to look exactly the same as the game should look. But if you have more than 6 gigs of VRAM, it's a newer generation graphics card, then I would recommend normal. If your GPU can't handle it and you see your GPU can't handle it, go with low over here. Okay, now let's go over the rest of them. Fidelity FX Cache. A lot of people are preferring this right now, and a lot of people are using it. Okay, I don't use it myself with my specific rig. I don't use it. I really don't. It gives me less FPS, and it makes my game feel, I don't know. The sharpness is there. Yes, I would give it the benefit of the doubt that the sharpness is there. The strength, it's good. It looks good. Okay, but I'm losing performance with this upscaling. For everyone out there that's watching this video right now, everyone has not the exact same machine. Everyone has a different machine. So you might prefer this one. If you do, please go ahead and choose your personal strength over here. But then what you're going to need to do is this. If you're using Fidelity FX Cache and you are still losing performance, go here and put this on SMAAT 2 times. Okay? Yes, it's going to give you a slight bit of jagged edges. But if you don't care about it and you want FPS, click on this. Okay? And put this on normal. Not on low, on normal. Okay? With mine, I have mine on Intel upscaling like this. I have 90% like this. And I have this at normal. This is what I have my settings as with my specific rig. Now for everyone out there, every single person that's watching this video right now, it doesn't matter what GPU you're running, as long as it's a dedicated graphics card and it's basically, it can handle the game, I would recommend putting this at high, high, and high. Do not drop this down, your game's going to look like dog shit. Now the rest of the settings you can just copy. I'm not going to make this video any longer, so I've gone over every single video. Go watch my previous video if you want to understand why I have these settings like this. Please go ahead and change this to this settings that I have over here, okay? And you should be good to go. It's your own personal preference on this one over here, own personal preference on these ones over here, but the rest of them, please copy them exactly as is. I don't want to make this video too long. I really don't want to. Just copy my settings as they are right over here. You're going to go to view over here. I'm going to discard this. You're going to go to view, and this is where I can't tell you what to do. I really physically can't tell you what to do here because everyone has their own personal preference. Mine's 120, affected, wide, 90, default, 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 third person, ADS, and then helmet camera, right? This is what I got. It's my personal settings. You're going to have your personal settings inside here. Okay, now, before I jump over the most important step that everyone's fucking skips, go ahead and do this. Go to interface, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and come to inverted flash. Please go ahead and take advantage of this so you don't get flashbanged in the middle of the night where your room goes entirely white. Okay? Where it looks like you are being sent to heaven, please turn this on. It's going to give you inverted flash where your screen goes black instead of white. Okay? Please take advantage of this. Skip introduction movie. I know a lot of people has not set this on yet. So please go ahead and skip this because you do not want to see the introduction movie every time you come into Call of Duty. For fuck's sakes, turn it off. All you're going to need to do is copy my settings as is, as they are over here, and you should be good to go. Yet again, like I said, personal preference on these settings, but copy my settings as they are right here, and you should be good to go. I promise you that. From here, you're going to go color customization, and yeah, like I said before, people are stealing my settings. Filter 2 is the best. The reason why, it makes the game pop. It makes things in the game look really good. Color filter target, I have mine at both. A lot of people prefer only world or interface. I have mine at both, so it does both of them. 100%, 100%, and this is where my stuff is customized. As you can see, I have my team at baby blue. I have my party at baby blue. Now, when I play ranked games, I actually know the difference between these two. So if I play with random people, they're also the same color as my team, as my party. Okay? That's why I have these two like this. So go ahead and select a color, and then make sure that these two are exactly the same. Enemy, you're going to come here and choose your own personal color. I have mine as pink because not a lot of things in this game is pink, so I highly recommend you go ahead and choose this one over here. You can literally just copy that over there, or just maybe move it yourself and see what you want. I have mine as magenta pink or just pink in general and apply it. Because like I said, not a lot of things are pink inside this game. So my enemies are pink when I pin them, and it's very easy to see them then. From here, we're going to do the most important step after you changed all of these settings is this over here. Number one is going to be this over here. Eco mode. Turn this off. You do not need this, okay? You do not need this at all. I don't know why Activision thought to themselves that an eco mode would be a good thing to add to this game, because it's just pissing people the fuck off. Because automatically it's moving it to this or that automatically once they launch their game. Please, for the love of fuck, turn it the fuck off, okay? Once you're done with that, you're going to click on this option over here that says Restart Shader Optimization. You're going to click on it and then say Restart, and then you're going to go out of your game if you're running it through Steam or Battle.net and relaunch the game. It's going to reopen, and then at the top left corner over here, it's going to say installing shaders. Let that shaders finish. Once that shaders has finished, it will apply all the settings you just changed now, and I can promise you it will work perfectly fine. If it did, if this video helped you, smash that motherfucking like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new here, and hit that super thanks on my thanks button to support my YouTube channel. It will mean a fuck ton to me. I love you guys to bits, and I pushed through this video today. My best friend's fucking birthday, they passed away. It's at the end of this month, and yet I'm here. I'm here to help the community because they need it, and I know they need it, and this is why I'm making my videos. And I'll always be here for you guys. I help the community as best I can. Every single person out there, I try my best. You guys are fucking amazing. I love you to bits. If you are listening to my voice right now, I love you. Smash that motherfucking like button. Take your little mouse, click on the like if this worked for you. Smash the motherfucking like button. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new here, and leave a super thanks. There's a little heart. You can click on it. It's a donation. It will help for my YouTube channel grow, and just in general, it will help me out. As always, ladies and gentlemen, hope this helped you, and hope you helped you for other games as well. Peace.